Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Scandinavia. So we had a revolt take place in Vienna. I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it did, so yeah, there is a revolt there. These guys are trying to advance their goals of higher liberty. So we're gonna give them just what liberty they desire. And actually, thinking about this, yeah, I can have more ships. Okay, never mind. I was thinking that it would be nice to have more ships, but it wouldn't work. So you're gonna go to Ostrobotten, and we're gonna send that army to meet you there, and I'll increase the army maintenance. We're doing well with income at this point, so it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna split off one of you, and you guys will attach to this ship, which will take you to Ostrobotten, where you are going to meet with this army if they can actually make it in time. A revolt, lower taxes. Funny thing is that I had Vienna, I had a fort in Vienna, so I could have just made it, fortified. But yeah, I wasn't expecting them to pop up at this point. I still think that it's better for us to just let it happen and then deal with them than anything else. Though I'm kinda... yeah, we have no general. What's our army tradition? 38. I think we can get a general to deal with them. Okay, Gunnar, you're the guy that's gonna lead us to glory. At what time will you be in Pohjama? For the 1st of July. And in Ostrobotten on the 8th of September. So you're gonna wait here and the ships are going to take you. That's gonna be faster. Go to Pohjama. Then we're getting heavy attrition here. It's summer. Well, these northern provinces are not what you would expect them to be. So it might have been faster to just get them a movement order. I already done that, so we'll see. 8th of September, wasn't it? It's 27th of August. 30th of August. 2nd of September. Yeah, it would have been definitely faster if we just told them to march, but whatever. Go, my lovelies, go. And make me proud. So this army should be big enough to deal with the rebels. Let's see how well they do. We could get additional unit, and I could get additional 2 ships for our main navy, so that the first navy or the first army would be able to move where they need to. But yeah, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we've dealt with the natives on the island of Natisquan. The colony is almost fully done. And they're moving to Kakisalmi. So let's go meet them there. 15th of November. We're going to be in Pohjois-Karjala. Hey, actually I can get the fort up. Can't I? It's not gonna have a huge garrison, but it's gonna be a garrison nonetheless. Vacant benefice. The Queen of Scandinavia had the right of investiture, the ability to appoint a reformed bishop from the available candidates to vacant benefices within Scandinavia. This privilege allowed the Queen to make use of the church property to further her aims, whether that meant providing an income for a court favorite without touching the treasury, or ensuring that only the most capable of men were appointed to do God's work. Such an opportunity to leave our mark has just arisen in the bishopric of Uppland. Appoint a learned scholar, appoint a pious theologian, court favorite, or make the office into a sinecure. like to get someone who lowers unrest, which could be you. Let's get a pious theologian. Okay, Kakisame now has a small garrison, and we should be able to beat them while they're trying to siege it. 29th of November, they will never know what hit them. The Reformed faith grows. Scandinavia opinion of Worms. Okay. That is nice. So we didn't start exactly well. Now it's much better. Still heavy casualties. Okay, we have destroyed them, which means we are now able to create the unit back again. What was it? 5 and 1? No, 4 and 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You will go and siege Vienna, and you will march to Viipuri, where our ships will pick you up. And we can just drop the fort in Kakisame. That took away this, the particulars. Oh, Finnish separatists. How likely you... Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Thank God that I noticed that. That would have been a nasty situation. Novgorodian separatists. Okay, well, our armies are on their march. We're gonna reinforce them, and I'm gonna send them back home. In the meantime, I went ahead with my plan with Vinland and increased our tariffs. They're now paying us 2.26 per month, which kind of easily pays for our colonial maintenance, so we can just continue with them. But I have a feeling that we might leave this area to their own doing and try to find a different colony somewhere else. But I'm not entirely sure where, honestly. We could maybe go deal with Africa. Oh, we can't really reach here, but England has a colony here. We could make, for example... No, we couldn't. We couldn't reach even this area. So, this seems like the only place where we can go. Well, on the other hand, we could colonize the inner part of Canada, here and here, creating a separate colony. I think it's gonna fall to Vinland as well, but maybe it will create another subject. I'm not entirely sure how the game will handle that. So it might be an interesting concept. But we could maybe even just do a larger colonial action. We don't have enough land force limit though for that, which kind of sucks. But yeah, you guys go siege there. Reform faiths Rupin. Okay. Okay, you guys are gonna go back home. There's not much else to mention. Diplomatic technology and military technology are growing. We'll be able to take those soon. As far as institutions go, we are spreading. Now Fionn, Sealand, not both, and North Sealand have it, and a number of provinces around our territory are taking it. It would still cost us 1933 gold though, which is immense. Hard to explain how immense that is, but yeah. I'm gonna stay in Sealand, the ships are going there. Yeah, things seems to be nice. So I'll see you back when I'm done with... Oh, damn, I just realized. Can you guys siege? Yeah, you guys can siege a level 2 fort. Good. Well, we can now repay our loan, so I'm gonna do just that, because goodbye loan is always better than, oh, I have a loan. And we're back to magnificent balance of 16.17 per month. We're still replenishing our armies a bit, and it's a good thing to have an army maintenance slightly higher than at minimum. Oh! Well, Harald is an administrative mastermind, but other than that, well, that's actually gonna serve us well, though. We really need a lot of administrative power. Because that's where we lack, that's where we are behind, and that's where our ideas are now. By the way, I made a solemn decision that free trade comes next, so we're gonna have to deal with that as the next point. But it's gonna help us a lot. It's exactly what we want, and trade power and merchants, everything seems, that it's like what we are and what we want to be. Still no military idea, though. That kind of sucks. Anyway, we're raking in some money, which is fine. We don't have much to say for technology, but I am really happy that the disasters are looking pretty good. You can see that unrest lower than 1 and stability at least 1 is the only things that we missed. And I actually had the unrest lower than 1 a few moments ago. I don't know why it again became a thing, but yeah. Novgorodian separatists, you have no freaking clue. Maybe that's what it was? Oh no. But the stability, at least 1, will be a huge issue, because as you can see, we're gaining 2.65 stability points per year, which means in a decade we get 26, and that would mean we need at least 100 years to get to 1 stability, and that is an issue. The only way how I know we can help with this is by offering favors to our nobles. So I could present them with magnificent gifts, same with greater nobles. To burghers, I could give tax holidays, but that's not worth it at all. So I think I'm gonna spend some money now on offering favors to the to nobles, giving them magnificent gifts and maybe honoring them, but that's not a good idea because they would require the next privilege sooner than they would want to. So magnificent gifts would be probably the best choices here. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna deal with this. Because, I don't know, the court and other things are helping us, but we really have a shitty situation here. We could get Bjorn in here, who would help. But he's only a level 1 advisor. So that wouldn't really help much. Take away our administrative power, but if Christian dies, as he is very likely to do soon, I might consider that. We don't have really... Well, we could have you, but you suck. We don't really need any of this. The Reformed faith grows. Folkeha. I think we might really go with something like land maintenance modifier lowered here just for the sake of saving up some coin, because we're investing a lot in them. New governor in Finland. Let's make it a bureaucrat candidate. It seems the best choice. How are our colonies doing? 440 in here. I'm actually thinking we might... Well, we've defended this colony for a long time. I'm still waiting to be able to recruit at least 1 extra unit here, so that I can send them to next colony and have 3 running at the same time. They're already paying us enough for that, so it might be a good idea. Plus, I'm still considering the idea of going somewhere else, maybe trying to colonize Florida, could we? No, it's too far. How far could we get? Here. These are full of Okay, this is still reachable. This one isn't. So Enoch is as far as we can go south. But I kind of like it to have it like a concise territory. Plus the population here is doing us fairly good. So if anything, I might go to here. It's a frozen land, but we're Scandinavian people, and frozen is what we like. We don't really want to send our people down into that hellhole of a tropical territory. Well, I'll think about it. Well, we have enough administrative power to take another idea, so let's do that. It's the benevolent tolerance. Humanist idea is advanced. Benevolent tolerance. Our nation cultivates an image of benevolence and tolerance for others. Maximum promoted cultures. I actually don't really use the accepted and non-accepted cultures for a number of reasons. Mostly it being me wanting to spread our Danish culture. And to spread it, we first need to actually force others to accept it. So we are spreading it right now to Jämtland, Helsingborg, Västerbotten, and then the Finnish territories down here. We're also spreading it to Småland and Västergotland. Yeah, these two. And it's gonna spread up north as we go. European has been placed under interdict. Well, send them a message of solidarity. And we're gonna use the rest of the administrative power that we have to yet again increase the tariffs in Finland to get a bit more out of them. 2.74 is actually pretty good. We have 75 in treasury, and I actually started building roads in Viipuri because I found out that this is probably the best way how to go around it. It costs 17,000 manpower and some 100 gold. So I'm going to build a commune hall here next and then a port, and I hope that it's gonna lower the autonomy up here. I would probably spread the roads through Kakisalmi up to Vienna if it's possible. I don't know how much it's gonna cost to spread here though. 516, we could do that. 19,000 manpower, that's a big risk. Especially because we can't pay the rest with gold right now, so I'm not gonna do it, but that might be a worthwhile attempt. Hopefully that would take Vienna down. But I'm mostly interested in Kakisam because that's one of the highest, well, it's actually the highest unrest we have at this point. They have a number of things that pisses them off. Mostly it's the communication efficiency, lesser noble privileges. If those two went away, and they will soon, we will be golden. Other than that, our provincial unrest is starting to look pretty good. I have taken the aggressive policing and mediate internal disputes level 2, so that's taking away 1 point from our diplomatic and 1 point from our military power, but it actually is giving us way more stability. I should have done this a long time ago. By this time we might have already been very close to getting the stability point. But hey, it's very hard getting stability for us right now. I'm definitely gonna get that, even though the administrative will hurt, I would definitely get Gustav on this job, because another 10% means a lot for us. Is he actually... Oh, he's an artist. So that would allow us to compose a new madrigal. I actually don't know what... No, we would need a composer. Okay. I actually don't know what it is, but it does something to you. So I wanted to try it, but hey, we can't, so... Orasentalen, good. So Viipuri, we can now build a commune hall here. And we're going to afterwards build you the port. And Kakisami then can start building the roads. Because that takes 5 years. So it might be a good idea to do it. If worst comes to worst, we can request manpower, right? Yeah, from you and you as well. Okay, that's perfect. You could also ask for Corvi labor. Let's do that. The Corvi labor is good. That's going to increase our income significantly. And we have a gifted Catholic. Oh, there's always room for talented men. I'm taking anything that can lower our unrest. We need to get rid of it. And the income now will be... Our education level has fallen. That sucks, but 18! Awesome. So that will allow us to build the roads in Kakisame very soon. And maybe even start upgrading some of other provinces. I would like to build a marketplace in Iceland. And build some buildings in our most populous provinces. Where's the development? No, that's estates. Here it is. We have a number of provinces that are really good, especially the central ones. Then Wismar, I'd like to upgrade Bergenhus, our Finnish capital, and Iceland, and also the colonies here, Galaib and other. It would deserve a marketplace and other stuff. Though I think the population here is not growing very fast due to having such a low rural population, so that's an issue. Still don't understand why the autonomy is so high here. Communication efficiency is 85 days. When we had 85 days somewhere else, it was definitely dropping. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken, but hey. And the islands here as well, they could reasonably be expected to grow, though they have a very low population. But you know, it's good to have them under our control. So maybe just maybe we really need to focus on the north now. I'll think about it. Anyway, that's all for this episode. I thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one where we... Oh, tariffs on fish. Tax them.